All right, the Detroit Lions finally get their defensive end, and I'm going to tell you why I think he has tremendous upside, and it has to do with when he started playing football. But first, today I get to talk to you about something that I am really excited about. I think as Detroit Lions fans, we understand the pain of having a call that doesn't go our way and having the ability to do nothing about it. Well, the people over at Penalty Verdict are trying to change just that. This is the ultimate penalty voting experience. I know if you're like me, sometimes you're tired of your team feeling like they're getting cheated. Well, Penalty Verdict wants you to have your say. You get to vote on penalty calls in real time, both NFL and college football games. It doesn't have to be just the Lions. You get to engage with a community of fans who desire fair play and accountability. And then you get to unlock the next dimension of sports by engaging with real-time polling of referees, players, and teams. You get to view data-driven insights to have informed discussions about the games that you are watching. All right, so here's the deal. This is in the developmental phase, and they want you to give them your feedback. So here's what you have to do. In order to get ready for this next football season, there is a link, a specific link for you in the description. It'll be pinned in the comments. Click that link, get over here, and get ready to have your voice be heard for this upcoming season. All right, the Detroit Lions found, I'm going to give you a little bonus in this video, not only their defensive end, but they found another starting caliber offensive guard too. This is absolutely fantastic. Like, just to see what they're doing with this draft is wonderful. And the value that Brad Holmes seems to be able to find in the 5th and the 6th round is remarkable to me. And he keeps doing it. Last year in the 6th round, he found Christian Mahogany. This year, he found Ahmed Hassanin. Now, if you have trouble saying his name, that's okay. He is from Egypt, believe it or not, and that's part of the reason I think he has such good upside. But I want to talk about this guy more so than just the upside. I want to talk about some of the things that he has right now. So in the 6th round pick, you're never going to get a guy that generally his RAS score just jumps off the page or his athleticism, but sometimes they have traits that are very, very helpful that you can see. And what I've seen out of this one is that he is more than athletic enough to play defensive end in the NFL, but here's what I like. He has the size. He has the size to be able to set the edge, but even more than that, look at this bench press. He is an extremely strong individual. But when I look at why I really like him, it kind of goes to things like this. And this is coming off of The Beast from Dane Brugler. He's a 2-year starter at Boise State. He was a defensive end. And here's the thing that's crazy. He grew up in Cairo, Egypt, as a teenager, and he moved to the United States in 2018. He didn't start playing football until 2019. So he's only been playing football for 5.5, 6 years. And he was so talented that he was at Boise State. Now think about this. He is the first player ever from Egypt to play FBS football. So he's definitely, well, I don't know if he's the first to play in the NFL, but I would imagine he is. It says he's easy to appreciate. He's productive. 115 pressures over the past 2 seasons were third most in the FBS over that span. What is he known for? He is known for being a guy who has a non-stop motor. Does that remind you of any of the other defensive ends on our team? Aiden Hutchinson. He's about the same size as Aiden Hutchinson. The difference is that Hudson was born, bathed, and raised in football. His dad played at Michigan. His dad was an NFL offensive lineman. This guy was born in Egypt. He's starting late. But I think when you look at his skill set, when you look at his abilities and what he shows, sometimes when you watch tape, for example, a lot of us like Donovan Ezeraku out of Boston College. But when you saw him, it almost looked like he was running in the mud. Like he couldn't get his motor up and going. He couldn't get his legs and feet moving fast enough. With Ahmed, that is not the case. This guy is all over the field. And you can see exactly what they're talking about when they talk about a guy who plays with a high motor. It's not just that, he's productive. He is productive. In 2023, he had 14 sacks. 14 sacks. Last year, in 2024, he had 10. But he added 17 hits and 35 hurries to that number. When you look at where he lined up almost primarily outside or over the tackle. And he had a phenomenal grade last year. And what I like about this most is his best game of the season, arguably, or one of his best games of the season, grading out-wise, came against two Power 5 opponents. One of them was Penn State in the bowl game, and the other one was against Washington State. Those were the games that he really showed out. So when the competition was at its highest, he played at his best. This is a guy that I think has a chance to stick and play for the Detroit Lions. This is a defensive end that we absolutely would want. But he wasn't the only guy we were able to go get. All right, a round before that, we were able to go out and we were able to get Miles Frazier. Miles Frazier was drafted in a couple of mock drafts that I think me or Chris did on this channel. He is a guard who is athletic, but also is a 3-year starter on an SEC school at LSU. He is good. You can see the height is there. You can see the weight is there. You can see the explosion is phenomenal. All right, the only thing he's lacking is arm length. That's why he's a guard. That's why he's a guard. He is a very good player. He was also a very productive player. All right? When I say productive, I mean with an offensive lineman, you have to look at it opposite. This is a guy who last year played 902 snaps. He gave up this many sacks. Now, guards should not give up a lot of sacks. I understand that. But he didn't give up sacks. In 2023, he played 785 snaps, 474 against the pass, 1 sack. He only gave up 1 hit on the quarterback. That's what's amazing. When I look at last year, 579 pass blocking snaps on a team that passed the ball all the time. He gave up no sacks, 1 hit. Wow. All right, and what I like about this pick, I think what I like most about this pick is all of us love the Tate Ratledge pick. We love it. What has been the only knock on Tate Ratledge so far? The only knock on this guy is that he's been injury prone. So we just go out and get another guy that can fill in if he ever gets hurt. This also pushes Christian Mahogany. Look, Brad Holmes came and talked about Christian Mahogany at guard and said, hey, look, yeah, he had a good couple games, but we need to give this man some competition. We don't want him just to walk in and get the job. There is a real world where Christian Mahogany is the future center for this team, and you have Tate Ratledge and Miles Frazier as the guards. This is a division that values the trenches. This is a league. Look at the NFL draft this year. Look how many first-round picks were in the trenches. This is a league that values the trenches, and the Detroit Lions have said, we are not going to fall behind. We are already ahead, and we are going to stay ahead. And I thought the defensive end was a great pick. I thought, I like this guy as much as anybody that was available at 70, except maybe Josiah Stewart. But again, this is not a tweener. This is not a 240-pound pass rushing specialist. This is a guy that can be a 3-down player for our team. And when you have a motor like this, he was on the grit index. He's a tier 2. He's a gritty player. If you have that work ethic and you put him in a room with Aiden Hutchinson, I'm telling you right now, he's going to get better quickly because he is raw. And if we see him getting better quickly, we could see something special. All right, hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Man, it's fun to have draft picks to talk about again, isn't it? Doesn't it just get you more fired up for football? It does me, and I'm locked in. I'm going to be locked in until the start of the season. Guaranteed it, because now the hopium is at full. We get to see what these guys look like. We're going to see them in rookie minicamp. We're going to see them in OTAs. We're going to see them in the preseason. Before you know it, boom, it's September. Regular season is started. I'm excited. See you in the next one.